There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. A beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true.
Hi everyone, this is Blanca. You know, Blanca in Miami, she did a video and she put out a challenge of counting how many orchids you have. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to do it. But if it were just counting what's in here, this is inside the pergola, which honestly, I probably have over 100 in here. I got them on shelves, racks, and racks behind racks, and hanging. And this is just what I have inside the pergola. And I can go back behind the pergola, back here, and count more back here. All right. Did you guys get that? Over 100, huh? I'm sure there is. So I am not going to be able to do it because this is not my only grow space. And I have another area under the mango tree which I've never shown because it's a jungle in there. And then plus that I have on my deck, and then plus that I have my screen porch is completely full of orchids too. But look what's in bloom. Isn't that pretty? I think I lost her name, but it's something like Barry or Bartley. I'll put it up on the screen. I looked for the tag and I couldn't find it. Something like Bartley Shorts or something like that. And you know, let me show you, these are long time bloomers. This epidendrium, I think she's been in bloom for, I say 3, maybe even 4 weeks now. That's a long time bloomer. And another long time bloomer I have is, let's see, yes, this slipper here. That's another one that's been in bloom for, who knows, maybe 3 weeks too, 4 weeks. She's already lost a few flowers or orchids, but she's still going strong. And the other one that's been in bloom for, I say, 2 to 3 months, this Dendrobium silver wings. That's a long lasting one. And then I have a few that are going to be blooming soon. I have this little yellow one up here. I can't read her tag, it's very faint. But I'll do a little video once she blooms, because I also have another one with just one bud back there. One big bud that will be blooming soon in a few days. Oh, and you know what? I do have one in bloom, and I'm going to share it with you because it's one that it's in the Saigo family and it needs repotting very badly, and I didn't do it, and she managed to bloom really pretty. I was surprised, and I'll show that to you now. Well, before I go there, let me show you what we trimmed. We had the mango tree trimmed by professionals. They came out here with some tall equipment machines, and they trimmed the mango tree way back. I mean way back, away from their house, the neighbor's house, and our house. And they said to us, Sadly, you won't get any mangoes the next season. Boy, were they wrong. We're having to pick up mangoes with bites infested with gnats all the time. Yes, and while I'm here, my Vanda that just wasn't doing well, and it never seemed to, the roots when you water them never seem to turn green. Look at this. It's growing lots of new roots. Yes. So today I have this beautiful orchid in bloom. She's in the Saigo family. And I keep her on the north side of my property where she does not get barely any sun. And I spray her almost daily or every other day. And you know, look at this. I have been so scared to repot her because, you know, I don't have luck with Saigos and a lot of people don't either. So she has outgrown this little pot and she still manages to squeeze in new buds in there, new pseudobulbs. Look at that. She's tight in there. After this blooming is gone, I'm going to have to do something about it because she really is outside of the box. We're just barely hanging into the pot there. And I don't know how many good roots she has. You know, sadly, she did have 3 beautiful spikes, and a few weeks ago, clumsy me, I reached over behind her, and right here was her 3rd spike, and she had 3 more buds on it, and I accidentally broke it. I felt so bad. But I still have 2 beautiful spikes anyways. And also another one in my Saigo family is this one that's in bloom. I remember Ruth from Accent Orchid called this one the stained glass orchid. It reminds her of stained glass. And also I grow her in the same place on the north side of my property where she doesn't get any sun barely. And I have her hanging over there, and there's her tag. And this one here, this one here this is her tag. It's kind of worn out a little. So, oh, and let me share one more orchid that I have in bloom that's really beautiful, and I've had her in bloom for over a week now, and I'm afraid she's losing some of her blooms. Well, here she is, but like I said, she is fading because she's been in bloom for over a week. I say maybe let's say 2 weeks now, and I think I've already lost a couple of blooms on her. However, she's still pretty. Let's see there. You can see, and see the top of that petal back there, that sepal back here. I've been treating her for scale, and I got some of that orthine and insecticidal soap and on the petals before they open. But she sure is pretty. Here is her label. Broughtonia Sanguinea from Jamaica. And I water her daily. And she likes to dry out very quickly. But I don't know if I can show you where the scale has attacked her. In her pseudobulbs, I might not be able to pick it up because the sun here is so bright, but back in the pseudobulbs there, So I am treating her now. I have been treating her for a while. And I don't know if you can tell on some of the petals or some of the leaves. However, she really is a beautiful orchid. Reminds me of the colors of spring. Well, look at this. My Dendrobium Stardust Firebird is putting out all new buds again. And I missed her daily, I have to admit. And you know, Saturday, I went to Artstone Orchid and I met Natalia there. Most of you know Natalia and you watch her videos from Just One More Orchid. And while I was there, I picked up another orchid. And I'll share that with you in a moment. So here is my new orchid. Isn't she beautiful? I just love her. And you know, Natalia showed this one in her video while she was at Artstone, and I'm shocked she didn't pick it up because it's just gorgeous. And here is her label. Oh, she has another new growth here, which that would probably be the next bloom, and possibly bloom again this year. And here is her tag. I don't know, but as pretty as she is, I would have named her Señorita Sugarita. She sure is sugar. And you know, when I was paying for her, I found out that this is one of Bill Nunes. He's a friend of mine. He's in our Orchid Society here in St. Petersburg or Largo area. And this is one of his creations. I'm really proud to own this one. And you know, look at this. Yes, let me bring her out of the pot. She has outgrown the pot. So after blooming, I will repot her. Let's hold her up here. Look at this. She's heavy because she's full of roots. Yeah, she'll need a new pot. And you know what? Talking about pots, I got some new pots to share with you too. They're from Natalia, Just One More Orchid. Isn't she beautiful? That's one of my desert roses. She's got the same colors that my Sanguinea orchid, Broughtonia Sanguinea. Very pretty. I like her. But you know, before I stopped at Artstone to meet with Natalia there, I went to a festival, or we went to a craft festival on St. Pete Beach, and there was a vendor there selling pottery. And most of the stuff she had was bowls, mugs, flower pots, but she had this pocket. Isn't it pretty? A pocket full of hearts. So I'm going to put an orchid in here. And her and her husband make the pottery. They are in Tampa, Florida, and that's their names. Thrown and Grown. I don't think I'm going to be able to focus on that. See if I put it down. Sometimes it helps when it's not being held. There's their email address. But I think this is cute. I'm thinking of putting maybe a little phalaenopsis in there. Maybe one that's yellow. Alright, and let me move on to the next ones, and I have them sitting over here. Oh yes, Natalia's such a giving person. I did receive a gift from her, and I mean, she's so sweet. She really is. Isn't this a beautiful plaque? And it's a little bit hard to read, but it says in there, Orchid Nerd Unite. It's really beautiful. I love it. And I already have a place for it, and I'll show you in a minute where I'm going to hang it. Thank you, Natalia. Okay, here's one of Natalia's, just one more orchid.biz. When she put these online, I stalk her page all the time. So when she put these online, I right away place my order. And I like this one because it's a nice size. It's pretty big. And since I grow a lot of cattleyas, this would be excellent for a cattleya. And what I like about this one, that you can actually stand it up on a table or a shelf, and then if her roots start climbing all over the place, then you can simply hang it. There's lots of places where you can insert hangers and hang this one. I don't know, I don't remember what the name of this one is, but I call it the bird nest. Yeah, it looks like it'll nest an orchid very nicely. Alright, the next one. And the next one is this beautiful you know, I'm sorry, I don't know what she calls them, but I call them the noodle or pasta pot because it sort of does look like pasta noodles. This one's very pretty with the butterfly on it. Again, same thing, nice and big for cattleyas. And you can set them on a table or hang these. Yeah, there's a lot of room there, a lot of air holes there. Very nice. I love this one. Very pretty. In fact, Mamacita Sugarita, I think you're getting a new mansion, a new home for you. And this is the last one. Isn't this beautiful? You know, when I got my pots, I went out that evening or that afterwards, and I got home late, and I looked at this and I thought, oh, that's pretty. I like it. But that was at home with a light on. But the next day I brought it out and really looked at it, and I completely fell in love because in daylight sunlight, look at this. I didn't realize all the gold she put into this. Gold trimming, gold paint. Let's see if I can pick that up. Do you see that? 24 karat gold, I think. Oh, it is absolutely beautiful. Look at this. I am not sure what I am going to put into this one. Well, look, it's an eyeglass. I really don't know. Honestly, oh, that's beautiful. Only in the sunlight can you really appreciate it. And, you know, if I have, let's say if I have 400 orchids, no, 401. I know one thing, I gotta go look for a special one, so there's gonna be 402. All right. So we will take a little walk, and I will show you where I hang my new plaque. Project managers behind. Ta-da! Right there on my lattice. You know something? I haven't really shared this area back here. It's behind door number 1, no, lattice number 1, because it's really an orchid jungle back here, and it's kind of dark, but in the morning the sun does light this area pretty nice. But there are orchids all the way in there, way back there, over here on a table. And this is another reason I don't want to do a count, because I think if I make a count, someone may put a stop to my orchid collection. Yes, and I don't need that. And I don't want to show this area to you now until we finish it up. We plan to put a walkway in there, which right now it's sand, and when it gets wet it gets all over. So I just gotta light a little fire under the project manager to get going with this area. This is under the mango tree. You know, aren't you so beautiful with that long mustache and that pouty lip? I always wonder, what is your secret? Yes. What do you keep inside that slipper? Ta-da!